we've had the conversation that everybody was talking about the perimeter itself, but that identity security element. Can you give the audience a little bit more there about what you were saying?
So let's unpack that a little bit. When we share something, you go into these systems, and whether it's SharePoint or Google workspaces or similar tools, you'll go into the little share box and you put in a person's name, and that's going to go off to them, right? And this is happening cross company now. It's happening inside a company. We got all sorts of security and permissions that come out of these very easy processes, and it's good. We certainly at RecordPoint encourage it to be really easy for the users to go and share this information, interact with this information, but what's happened, though, is the security providers, when you log in with your Google identity or you log in with your M365 or your Microsoft identity or Facebook or whatever is your sign-on tool of choice, that's actually become the new perimeter, because that's the key to all of that data. And we've got when we think about data itself and how it describes the security that should be mapped to it, that's getting more and more difficult with this sharing. And then on top of that, you then think about how that's being fed into AI engines, and AI engines are starting to have ways to restrict their responses based on the security of that data. But nobody's spent any time managing this security, and in fact, it's just gotten a whole bunch worse with the scenarios I just laid out. We do have two really big problems as we're now rolling out AI across these data sets. How are we dealing with the identity perimeter issue? Because we all, if you're logging into a system, now have an identity perimeter. It doesn't matter what firewall's on your computer. It doesn't matter whether you're logging in at the airport on the Qantas Lounge's computer. You've actually shared your identity perimeter, and that may not be clear where that's going, and that's one thing to think of. But that identity perimeter is also being fed into the AI, and it's now having implications on that AI.